Yo, what's up my dudes? My name's Mayuu and today I'll be solving your money issues in Tarkov. Because money solves everything, right? I get a lot of questions while streaming and a common one is, do I know any good ways for new players to make money in Tarkov? My immediate thought went to reserve runs, as I've done a video on that previously and it worked wonders when I was new to the game. In this patch however, you can only sell found in raid items on the flea market, making the reserve run worse, especially since the spots are competitive and most of the items you find only sell well on the flea market. So I set out to find a new method, and came up with an extremely safe money making route. I was surprised how much money I was making doing these runs. Just look at these 5 first attempts I did. Where, you might ask? We're going to Shoreline, but we're not going to the resort. Instead we're going stash hunting, baby. We're taking the least trafficked route to ensure that we do not run into any scavs or players if possible, and we limit our time in high traffic areas. Let's start the route. By the way, you can find the stream over at Twitch TV/Mayuu. I'm live Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8:30 Central European Time. The key to make money in this patch is to survive raids, because that's how you sell things on the flea market. Shoreline recently got a change. It's not a big change, but they added a scav boss called Sanitar. This boss only shows up in 3 locations on the map: the pier, the resort, and the cottages. Why does it matter where this junkie spawns? Well, player wants to farm him and his goons for all his drugs. And pretty good loot as well. So most of the players on Shoreline these days keep to these 3 locations, battling it out over the loot and kills and then extract. But that leaves the entire north side of the map open, and that's what we're exploiting. Running for the hidden stashes on the outskirts of the map while everybody else is going to the center is what makes this viable. Our aim is to gather as many high tier items as possible, so having a big backpack and vest is key. Buy whichever is the biggest backpack you can get. You'll make back the money invested in one successful run. As for the gun, what you bring isn't really that important. As long as you can defend yourselves against potential scavs, you'll be fine. I've been running a silenced Kedder with SP8 ammo. That brings us to the next question. Which items should I keep? And which should I sell? Knowing which items is the best for selling on the flea market or to the traders comes with practice. As you perform this run, you will slowly but surely learn what items to keep. In the description below, I'll link the summary pictures from my runs, and a website that lets you search the prices of items. Remember when I said surviving raids is key to making money? I can't stress this enough. If the rock passage is available at the upper center of the map, take it. As long as you've been in the raid for at least 10 minutes, you should have looted enough to not get a run through. You can see if the extract is available if there's green smoke. I've extracted with only 300k worth of valuables and half an inventory, but at least I made the money. Remember, we're looking to make money safely here. When spawning, right or left side doesn't matter. The route can be done in any direction. The ideal spawn though is at the bottom of the map, as close to the shoreline as possible. This lets you hang back a minute while the other players on the map pushes towards the center of the map, leaving you with all the stashes and hopefully no one pointing their gun at you. If you spawn at the top of the map, quickly cross the rock passage extract and continue the route as usual. If you've never played Shoreline before, there's no shame in doing a couple of offline raids to learn the route, and where the extracts are. Make sure you enable scavs as well, as there's a sniper scav that spawns near the rock passage, and learning how to spot him is essential. Speaking of the sniper scav, if you hear gunfire in the rock passage direction, don't be afraid to slow down. Wait a bit, until it's cooled down. There's no rush for these loot spots, barely anyone is going for them anyway. I spent the last 2 days just doing these runs, and I've encountered 3 players total. 2 of them was while I was spawning near the swamp, and we just happened to cross paths. And 1 was near the rock passage that ambushed me. It happens. But for the amount of times I've done this route, it's surprisingly barren. When you've looted a couple of stashes and you find your inventory cramped with valuable items ready for the flea market, don't feel like you have to complete the entire route. There's no shame in saying, this haul is worth enough for me to extract. Sorta like when you let that huge group of 5 shads with kitted M4s, airframes and slicks run by. It just ain't worth it. This house, I've dubbed the loot house. There's so many good things that spawned in here for me. This house is probably the only place on the entire route that I feel get looted quite often. But if the door is closed when I run by, I make sure to check it. The housing area that's coming up next is a bit of a maze, and if you're doing this route early wipe, it's usually pretty contested as well. There's so many jackets in this place, and jackets can spawn most of the keys in the game, making them a great source of income early wipe. Everyone just wants one of those keys to the rooms that has super valuable items. Once the wipe has settled though, there's not as many players going house to house knocking on the doors trying to steal the keys to some military checkpoint or a cursed occultist room with strange drawings. This game takes you to the strangest of places. Fun fact, there's a hidden upside down room in one of these houses in the village. If you spawn in the village, be careful going house to house. It's one of those places where you might have people passing through as they bolt towards the resort. Or someone coming to check the bountiful loot. For this type of money run though, it's worth more to disengage and loot some other place. Don't get me wrong though, if you want to fight PMCs, go ahead. I love a good PvP fight, but there's better places to fight over. The resort for instance, you'll meet all sorts of people. Like naked dudes trying to shove medical items and keycards up their behind. And dudes wearing Splinter Cell gear, jumping out of balconies and head-icing you faster than you can say smorgasbord. But seriously though, the resort is great if you want to PvP and make a lot of roubles. There's so many valuable items, you only need the keys to get to them. Another option if you don't have keys is to go to Reserve. It has both great loot and potential raiders and scav bosses. You can get out with some cool guns and armors at the new underground extracts. If you're interested in that, I have 2 guides for that as well. As I said earlier, I stream on Twitch 3 days a week. The link is in the description below. Drop by and say hi. Tell us how your raid's been going. And if the guide helped you, please tell me in the comments. It makes me so happy knowing that the videos I make help people have more fun in the game. Even though I'm confident in making money, just by playing the game, doing these money runs can be quite relaxing. And padding the bank with extra rubles always feels good. It was how I cured the hoarding mentality I had when I first started the game. Knowing you can make as much money as you want made me take out the best gun in my inventory rather than letting it collect dust. And when you lose the best kit you ever put on your PMC, you know you can just make the money back to buy another one. So what are you gonna do with your newfound riches? Are you gonna upgrade your scav hideout to max? Are you gonna make that gun that you always wanted? Or buy that super cool armor that you only see streamers wear? If you're looking to share it with somebody else, or want to find somebody to play with, the community Discord is open and you can find the link in the description below. Anyway, this guide is coming to an end and I hope you enjoyed the video. I want you to smash the living hell out of that subscribe button. It helps me a ton. At the time of making this video, 98% of all the people that are watching my videos are not subscribed. And I believe you can make that 97%. I believe in you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.